Hi there friends, Josiah David Fenimore back with another video. I am in Genesis chapter 9 right now. If you haven't seen the other chapters, go back to the other videos and then come and check these out. But I just read a chapter, enjoy it, think about it, process it, talk about it, sometimes sing a song. We'll see if I sing one today. I don't know. Chapter 9 of Genesis. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and said unto them, Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth. And the fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every fowl of the air, upon all that moveth upon the earth, and upon all the fishes of the sea. Into your hand are they delivered. Every moving thing that liveth shall be meat for you, even as the green herb have I given you all things. But flesh with the life thereof, which is the blood thereof, shall ye not eat. And surely your blood of your lives will I require. At the hand of every beast will I require it, and at the hand of man. At the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. Whoso sheddeth man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed. For in the image of God made he man, and you be ye fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth, and multiply therein. And God spake unto Noah, and to his sons with him, saying, And I, behold, I establish my covenant with you, and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, of the fowl, of the cattle, and of every beast of the earth with you, from all that go out of the ark, to every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood, neither shall any more of a flood be flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the token of the covenant which I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you. For perpetual generations I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. Chapter 9 on verse 13. That's where God set the bow in the cloud. Genesis chapter 9:13. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and of the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, This is the token of the covenant which I have established between me and all flesh that is upon the earth. And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark were Shem, and Ham, and Japheth. And Ham is the father of Canaan. These are the three sons of Noah, and of them was the whole earth's overspread. And Noah began to be an husbandman, and he planted a vineyard, and he drank of wine, and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both their shoulders, and went backward, and covered the nakedness of their father, and their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew that his younger son had done what his younger son had done unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah was 950 years, and he died. Genesis 9. Big stuff going on. God making a covenant with mankind that he would never flood the earth again. And I just saw a rainbow the other day. It's been kind of rainy out here, and I was thinking about the flood, and I was thinking about how God is continuously a generous God. I mean, he just loves to engorge his children with good gifts and make them overflowing and happy with the joy unspeakable. Because Well, I know that these encourage my mom, and that's one main reason why I'm making these. But these also are in a journal for me, and they encourage me too. When I look back and I think about what the Lord has accomplished in my own life and the rainbows that He has shown me where I feel like I've been flooded, and He reminds me, you might be in a storm and you might be wet, you might be miserable and cold sometimes, but He never leaves me nor forsakes me. He's always got my back, especially when I've needed it the most. And so I've just started to call upon His name for everything, pretty much. I just started calling upon His name for what should I wear, what should I eat, where should I go, and what should I do? And I ended up sitting right here in front of you with a Bible in my lap, reading Genesis 9. And I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Time is not a issue. I'm not watching the clock. I'm not feeling like I need to know what time it is, which was a big thing for me. I used to write a lot of notes, and I would write down the time and the interpretation. And I still enjoy looking at the time and the clock, and I feel like the Lord speaks to me through time. But that's my own idiosyncrasy that I have. That's not, that's not something that is all Fenimore based. There are some normal ones of us, but what is normal, really? And what is time? If it doesn't belong to the Lord, then who does it belong to? And if I believe that He's speaking to me through it, then why not? I see only good things, though. I see that the Lord speaks to me through His perfect timing is where I get that from, is that the Lord has perfect timing. And there was a centurion that asked, what time was it when the Lord healed my son? And he said it was at, I believe, the 5th hour or something like that. And he was like, that was the time that I was there at that time talking to Jesus, asking Him. And so that plays over in my mind a lot about God's perfect timing and the genealogies and all the messianic principles of, the Messiah coming and being, I can't remember the exact number, but Jesus to fulfill every single principle, every single prophecy from the Old Testament. I mean, the odds were astronomical in comparison to what he accomplished, and it was just, and He accomplished so much, but the number of you couldn't even. It was like one billionth or something even crazier than that for the Lord to fulfill all the principles, all the prophecies from the Old Testament. And that's why I love going back and forth from the New and Old Testament, because you see the Lord set something up, and then boom, He knocks it out of the park in the next motion in the New Testament. So the other stuff about about Noah cursing Canaan, I think just goes down to decency. Canaan was indecent, or Ham rather is the father of Canaan. But Ham was indecent in dealing with his father, and his brothers covered up his father. And I think that the Lord, He shows me just now that He's covering us. He covers those that believe in Him in our transgression. He covered our sin. So maybe that's what one of the messianic principles are showing me, that Jesus covers a multitude of sin. He is the robe covering, and was the perpetuation between death and life. And now He covers our sin, our shame, with His blood, and we are renewed and refreshed. And I am not the same Josiah that I was a month ago, a week ago, a short ago. I feel like I'm being renewed and becoming a new person as I'm reading the Word and filling my life with good and wholesome things. And it's a game changer. It's been a game changer for my outlook, really, is where the biggest problem that I had was my outlook on life. I had such an anger with the Lord for so long that I couldn't drop that my dad had passed away from stomach cancer. And I just blamed God for not letting him live, for the situation, not being thankful for all the time that I did have with him, sparse, week on, week off situation. But there were times with him that I remember that were good. And I want to cover him in his life. And I want to say that, Andy Fenimore was a hard-working man. He loved his family. He was devoted to his church. And he was just all-around cool guy. You could get along with so easily, so well when he was in a good mood, which is for most of us, I think, but he really would go out of his way to help people too. Man, he was always working on a project for a neighbor, for a friend, helping someone out. He was the epitome of going the second mile. He would go the second mile and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth mile just to care for people. And he did a lot of good in his community, and I'm proud to be his son. Josiah David Fenimore, son of Andrew Joseph Fenimore. Andy Peter Fenimore. My brother's name is Andrew as well, and his middle name is Joseph. My brother is Andrew Joseph. My father, Andrew Peter Fenimore. And on that rock, a church was built. His church, the Lord's church, in Peter. And in my dad. He was working toward becoming an ordained minister. And I don't know what I'm working towards. I'm working towards reading the next chapter. That's what I'm going towards. And if you enjoyed this chapter, then go on to chapter 10 with me, and I'll see you there. Peace. Love you.